In the case of two teenage girls killed in Delphi, Indiana.
Nearly 8 years after police found their bodies, a jury convicted a man for their murders. After 18 hours of deliberations, a jury found Richard Allen guilty of killing Abby Williams and Libby German. The girls were found with their throats slashed near the Monon High Bridge in February 2017. No answers for years until Allen was charged 5 years later. The prosecution matched a bullet at the crime scene to a gun owned by Allen and argued he was the man in that infamous video taken on one of the girls' phones. Allen also confessed several times to the murders while in jail. He will be sentenced in December and could spend up to 130 years in prison. His defense team is expected to appeal this verdict.
Well, WDRB's Richard Essex has followed this case even before he came to work here in Louisville, because you were reporting at a station in Indianapolis. Let's take it in depth, unpack what happened here today. Richard, the prosecution in this case said that Richard Allen had admitted to killing Abby Williams and Libby German several times.
That was a big part of the prosecution's case, and that was probably what led the jury to their verdict today, because he admitted to his wife on several phone calls that he had killed the girls. He said it to his psychiatrist, he said it to the inmates, and he said it to prison guards, who all came in and said he confessed to this murder.
The defense tried to say that he admitted those things under duress after he had been in solitary confinement. Ultimately, the jury not buying that.
Well, he was in solitary confinement at Westville Correctional Prison, which is typically where people who've had very serious crimes and some mental illness go. And it's a very rough prison, and the prosecution or the defense tried to paint it as he was under a lot of duress.
Okay, so it was those confessions and also this unfired bullet found at the crime scene, which investigators had very early, but it took several years to match it to Allen's gun.
Yeah, they found it at the crime scene, and one of the problems with that bullet, what the defense was painting it, was there wasn't a good chain of custody. There wasn't good pictures of, they found it here, it was taken here, it was taken to this lab, and they didn't fire another gun to match it to see. So there was some speculation, at least from the defense side.
All right, sentencing coming up on December 20th.
December 20th.
He faces more than 100 years, 130
133 years
in prison. All right, Richard, thank you so much for your reporting today.